Hi. So I just wanted to pop in and talk about why I do what I do. So why I have my business, why I love what I do, why I love helping women to make more money through their website and to get more visibility through their website, connect with people when they're actually searching for what they do. So when I first started my business, I thought I was going to be just building websites. That's what I kind of went into my business thinking that was the direction I was going on. So I quickly realised that I much prefer looking at a website that's already built and telling you what you can do to make it better. So yeah, rather than starting from scratch with a blank page, I would much rather be looking at what's there already, what's good, what needs improving, what you can make the most of, and making it better from there. Really, it's one of those things that I think often people think they need a whole new website. I quite often will talk to people and they'll say, oh, don't look at my website, it's terrible. And usually it's never as bad as you think. So my passion is learning about the tips and techniques and the ways to actually get more connection with people who are actually searching for what you do through your website, and passing that information on. So I love to go out and geek out on all the technical things that you need to do with your website, and then just basically break it down into some step-by-step actions to take. These are the things to focus on first. These are the things that you don't need to worry about right now. You don't need to have the whole big picture right now. You can just focus on what are the most important things you need to do to build up some traffic through your website, and to make sure that when people do come there, even if you're promoting yourself on social media or you're doing podcast guesting or wherever you're promoting yourself, if you're getting traffic to your website, let's also make the most of that as well, because that sometimes is the biggest thing that we need to focus on. So people often will come to me thinking they need help with SEO, but what we determine is actually you've already got a fair amount of traffic coming through to your website each month. You're doing other stuff, or people are finding you anyway. Let's focus on making sure we make the most of those people. So you've still got the same amount of people coming through your website, but you're making the most of it. So if you're getting double the amount of people actually converting and taking the action you want them to when they come through your website, then fantastic. Let's make the most of that, really. So that's why that's why I focus on what I do. That's why I focus on improving websites, making the most of what's there already, and not throwing everything out, not throwing the baby out with the bathwater, as they say. And I've always been a geek. I've always loved to break down tech and just make it simpler for people. I've always loved to teach. I've always loved to guide people along the way. Even when I was back in the salon, I always used to enjoy, especially teaching people about tech and just helping people to have more confidence to remember how to do things next time. So rather than it being me just showing you, if I was doing some training on the computers or whatever I was sort of training people on back in the salon, rather than just saying this is how you do it, to actually help them to use their brain and process how they can remember next time, and how they can logically find what they need to do and also have confidence. I think that's the big thing, is I love to see people increasing confidence in tech and not be scared of it. So many people are so terrified of tech, and particularly with websites, I think it often feels very overwhelming. It often feels like it's just too much of a big job to do. And yet people hate posting on social media. They really don't want to be doing that. But their website is a great alternative to that. Their website is the thing that can be generating those sales every single day. And actually just getting past that little initial fear of the tech, that little initial sort of habit of going in and also realizing that your website is a valuable asset for your business. That's what I really love to do. So even with the sort of massively changing world of tech right now and the changing world of SEO, I keep seeing lots of posts and people very interested in how to actually show up in AI searches. And this is something that I'm loving. I'm loving hearing all of the experimental stuff that people are doing and helping passing that on, finding out what works, what doesn't work, finding out how we can make the most of these different places where you can show up in search, whether that is for your website or whether it's for your podcast, even your YouTube channel, getting those videos showing up as well. I always say focus on the content that you own first. So that's why I love websites. I love podcasts. My own podcast, I'm absolutely loving doing that. And I have deliberately grown it without promoting it on social media. So I'm so proud of that. And because it's something that I own, that's also now showing up in searches as well. So if people are Googling me, that will also be helping with that. It's also, that's the kind of stuff that can then show up in AI searches as well. So that helps to increase the amount of information that's out there on the internet about me, that's not just on social media. So it's on, not just on platforms that can just go away straight away and go away overnight and then that's gone. It's something that's actually there. It's an asset that I'm building for my business. And I also love the fact that it's something that I can just send people to. It's free content. It's giving people valuable tips and tricks. And I absolutely love doing that. So that's a roundabout sort of way of explaining why I do what I do, why I still love what I do. I still love teaching about tech. I still love helping people to understand what to do. I absolutely love just exploring people's websites and creating a plan, so they don't have to learn everything about SEO. What they just need to know is the step-by-steps to actually try doing these things. And it's all a big experiment with everything online. It's all a big experiment, and we can just focus on the things that seem to move the needle. Try that, see what happens, see if we need to tweak, if we need to adjust, we need to change the plan, then great, we'll do that. But it's just all about having that focus and helping people just to make the most of the asset they own, which their website is.